So, the next part in my guide will be my advanced guide to Tryndamere. So, welcome YouTube guys. I'm Fog412, a Challenger Tryndamere player on the North American server. Show my overview. I am currently Challenger 384 LP. I think I'm rank 180 or something on the North American server. And I'm here to teach you the advanced tips and tricks to Tryndamere. If you have missed the intermediate or beginner's guide, please watch the beginner's and intermediate guide before going to the advanced tips and tricks. Make sure that you cover all the information necessary. And if you want to skip over specific stuff, there are timestamps below the video detailing which part of the guide you want to go to. So, the first part of the advanced guide that I'm going to go over is advanced tips and tricks to Tryndamere. That stuff like Tryndamere mains with even 10 million mastery points might not even know. So these are the most advanced tips that any Tryndamere main can give you. I already went over the basic tips and tricks, but let's go over the advanced ones. So I'm going to start off with that, and let me just drink some water real quick. All right. Sorry, I've been talking for a while. I've already done the beginner and intermediate guide today. So, let's go over the advanced guide. So, let's go over some tips for Tryndamere and stuff you could do for in-game. What I'm going to show you first is a specific mechanic in the coding of League of Legends that allows Tryndamere to win some duels that he should not win. So I'm going to show you a clip, or I'm going to show you right now how you should do it, how you should perform the mechanic. And then afterwards, I'm going to show you a clip of when this was used. So yes, I will show you how the code works in terms of calculating damage. So this might take some time for me to show you. So to speed up the process, I'm going to get myself some attack speed. Attack speed without crit, so I'm going to get... So yeah, let's get like 10, like bunch of recurve bows.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Alright, the reason why I'm doing that is, let's bring the target dummy over here. Let's turn off minion spawn, all that. Do the enemy dummy. Alright guys. So for the first tip, here's what I'm going to show you. And I'm going to do it until it actually like shows. Alright, so you notice how I have full crit. My attack damage is 77 with these items I have now. So, but the attack damage, the critical chance, everything that will apply in determining the damage that you'll actually deal to your target, that is determined as soon as the attack animation of your Q starts. So I'm going to zoom in for this. So, let me level up so I actually have Q, so I can show you the tip. So, for Tryndamere, if you use your Q in the middle, right after you start your auto attack animation, then the attack damage and critical chance are calculated right at the start of the animation. So, let me show you till it works. Obviously, I only have 35% crit. But if you Q immediately after starting the attack animation, then you can still crit even if you press Q. So I'm fishing for a crit just so I can show you guys effectively how this works. So, even though I used my Q in the, like, right in the middle of that auto attack, the crit still went through, right? And I got the 10 bonus Fury. This is a way where you can increase your Fury gain in a 1v1 situation. This is a spot where you can get an extra chance to have a crit in that close 1v1 situation. And this is a very advanced, like, tactic. And I only suggest that you focus on doing this if you have perfect mastery of Tryndamere and everything in game. This is abusing how Riot codes the program, like League of Legends. So if you Q, like, immediately after you start the attack animation, the crit can still go through even if you don't have any Fury. So as you notice, I didn't have Fury because I Q'd, right? But I had Fury, like, right as I started my animation. So that is the first tip that I can give you. Alright, the second tip, I will need my friend Steve-O. Let me see if he's still here. 1 second. Hey, Steve-O, you still here?
Yep, I'm here.
Alright, sorry, it's, welcome back, my friend. I'm going to need you for this particular mechanic. So, let's, go ahead and bring it up. Back on. Okay, this next tactic I'm going to show you, people might not know about it. You know, this is, this tactic this trick I'm going to show you is, specifically for Tryndamere. You can lock in any champion, Steve, it doesn't matter. But yeah, this is the next advanced trick that I can teach you. We already went over the E-Flash and the basic, Tryndamere tips. This isn't, what I'm going to show you is something maybe even the most played Tryndamere mains do not know. Alright, Steve-O. Go to the top river. Just, like, run straight there.
I am the worst nightmare.
You guys notice how I leveled up my W? Those of you who are true Tryndamere experts will already know what I'm doing here. So, go above me, just so I can show you how this works. And, face your back towards me. So right here, like, as soon as you get in W range, watch this. I'm going to cast my Mocking Shout, and then I'm going to flash forward. The Mocking Shout will go through and will do the AD reduction, and it will slow the opponent, but it cancels out the animation so you can instantly auto. You notice that? I did the Mocking Shout, I flashed, and when I flashed, it canceled out the W animation completely, and I was able to instantly auto attack. However, you have to pay attention, because let's say, for instance, Steve-O, just stand there. If I did the W flash and I flashed in front of my opponent, the calculation of whether the enemy's back is turned is calculated where you end up. So if I W and I flash over my opponent, then the slow won't apply since he's technically facing me after I flash over him. So that is advanced tip number 2. Alright, let me look at my little sheet, my little cheat sheet. All this tough stuff I got. Okay. Let's go over the next tip in the guide. For this, I don't need you, Stevo, so you can just go and quit. I'll let you know why I need you next. Thank you for helping out, buddy.
You got it.
Alright. The next tip I'm going to show you guys is how to practice good mouse control for lane, outside of lane, focusing on screen control, everything as far as, Tryndamere. This is advanced stuff. So again, if you have not watched my beginner or intermediate guide, don't focus on this yet. This is for Tryndamere players who kind of like have a feel, know what they're doing, and we want to focus on good mouse control, screen control, to take the right clicking to the next level. All right, let's be honest, that's pretty much what it is. This is basically teaching you how to have complete control over your character and to maintain good screen position. And I'm going to show you what you guys are doing, or what some people do when they're doing whatever. So this is for working on screen control and working on your mouse control. So obviously, like, as a Tryndamere main, I have pretty good control over my mouse and how I'm controlling my character pretty much at any point. It's very rare that you'll see me in a situation where I misclick, or in a situation where I don't have my screen centered on where I need to be in order to absorb the information that I need to absorb. So, let me go in game. So let me show you the laning phase and how that's kind of working. Again, we are focusing on mouse control, screen control, everything that is needed for when we're in laning phase, we're going a dive, we're split pushing, whatever the case may be. We are talking about like how you physically control your character. So, tell me if you know this guy. If you know the guy that when he's in lane, he makes movements like this. He's clicking maybe one time a second. It's kind of like this. He goes, he right clicks on the minion. Oh, I missed that minion. I wasn't controlling my character well. Alright, let me just like mindlessly split. You got the bronze players who have this on. They have auto attack on. So they kind of just like attack whatever. Maybe they get the CS, maybe they don't. Maybe you know this guy, right? What I want you guys to learn and to practice and to really control is complete control over your character. So, let's compare this. So this guy is the bronze player who is making wide, sweeping mouse movements, isn't control over their character every single tenth of a second, I want to say. Oh, yeah, wait. Actually, I could just, I can restart this game, right? Yeah, reset game. Okay, and let's pull this back up. Let's go fast forward. Fast forward. Alright, so there is a big difference between that bronze player and when you're playing someone who's definitely a higher skill. And this is APM, essentially. This is testing out, like, when you see me in game, this is how I'm clicking. Like, this may seem kind of repetitive and unnecessary, but because I'm clicking like this, I have full control over my character at all times. So, like, this kind of player is going to have a lot more control over their character at any given time, to juke skill shots, to be in perfect position to CS minions, or to trade, I'm going to show you guys why this makes a difference when you are trading in lane. And no, like, I don't do the LS bullshit where I'm just like spamming my F keys to look around the map, you know? I don't have any teammates, so I can't like show you guys like what he does, but basically he just like to constantly check out everything on the map, he spends F keys. You don't need to do that. Oh shit, I still have my auto attack on, don't I? Oh yeah, let me turn this shit off. That actually messed me up there. But anyways, like having full mouse control over your character is extremely important. And you notice how I'm keeping my mouse a lot closer to my character. I'm not making wide sweeping movements like this. I'm keeping my mouse closer to my character, and you know, if I need to, you know, if I'm spinning or something, then I move my character a little further away, but I have perfect control of where my mouse is at all times, and I'm putting myself in a position where, say, like I'm clicking up here, but then say I'm against like an enemy Morgana. Morgana throws a skill shot up here. Because my mouse is closer to my character, I have a better reaction time to take my mouse and move it to the opposite direction to juke the skill shot. So, like, I'm able to go both ways, like, effectively, like, pretty much in any direction, as much as possible. Which brings me to my next point. So, let's say that I am, you know, let's say, let's push this into turret. Get myself some levels up. Like that. So I'm pushing in turret and I'm looking to dive. You know, some people, they press the tilde to dive. You know, for me, like, I can control my screen so that I can right-click the person who's staying behind the turret. If my screen is like this, I'd either have pressed tilde, or I'd have to, like, move my screen like this. You know, whatever works for you. Typically, I just move my screen because it's faster reaction for me, and I can keep my fingers on my abilities. That way I don't have to press the tilde. And you guys know how there's sometimes this, like, really annoying ward at Baron, like right here, and you want to kill it? You have to move your screen like this in order to kill it. You guys all know that word, right? People have placed it against you. Let me show you some examples of screen control and when you're looking to dive, how I'm controlling my mouse. I am going to take a look at one of my previous streams. So let's go load up twitch.tv/fogdfdw2. Let's go to videos. Here, let me show you guys what this looks like. Whoops, that's the wrong tab. Let's go here. Alright, guys. So if you don't know how to get to VODs, so here's my stream. Hey, guys. What's up, Emmy? So here's my Twitch chat. But you can also go to videos. This is where you can check out, like, a bunch of my recent VODs. I don't upload every video of me playing onto YouTube. So if I want to look at one of my previous VODs to see, you know, me playing, I'd go here. Let's take a look at this day. This is when I'm already a challenger. Let's take a look at a random game. So I believe in this game I was against a Kled. I'm gonna have my sound off, just because you know, I don't want to be you know, you guys hearing me twice and confusing you. So I'm gonna have sound off. And let's go into a game. Hey, you remember that spot where I told you guys where to watch a buff? You guys see me doing it here. Let's watch how I control my screen. And I'm going to talk over it during the replay. So let me take a look how this looks. Okay. I'm going to turn off my chat box for a second, I think. Yeah, let me turn off my chat box. for the current stream. So the chat that you're seeing in the chat box here is from the stream from that day. So let's skip over to laning phase. You guys notice how close my mouse cursor is to my screen? Or to my character? Pretty much all times. Just look at it. Constant controlling. I'm pressing tab so I can check sometimes I need to double check like what his CS is. Sometimes I want to double check who the enemy jungler is, stuff like that. And see how I have full control over my character at all times because of how I'm moving my mouse. So in terms of like juking skill shots, this all helps out a lot. So I'm not going to be talking about this particular matchup much. I'm just mostly focusing on screen control. So, oh yeah, a lot happened in this game. So we end up getting 2 turrets at 11 minutes. So that's one way you could use Rift Herald to like an early momentum swing. So I'm pressing tab. You guys my YouTube comments are filled with, hey, why do you press tab so much? I press tab out of habit, and the reason why I made that a habit is I want to constantly check what's going on the map, who's winning which lane, what items people have, stuff like that. It's very important that you press tab and get as much information as possible. So I'm pressing tab, I'm checking out how everyone's doing, I'm commentating on the game. While I'm walking to lane, you guys notice how I'm looking at the other lanes, seeing what they're doing. I'm checking my jungler blue buff. I'm looking at my ADC bottom. I'm seeing how my bot lane's doing. It's very important to not only have good mouse and screen control is just making sure your screen is in perfect vision of the enemy when you're going for a dive, but also that you're paying attention to around the map. Making sure you're absorbing as much information as possible. Let me stop this here and let me explain. Absorbing information. This is a key element that helps you make decisions throughout the course of a game. So, what's some information that we can absorb while we are in laning phase? 1, we could take a look at summoner spells. So, say if people ping summoner spells that are down, we could look at chat for that. Sometimes people type out when some summoner spells are going up, coming back up. We could take a look around the map. We can physically go to our mini map, left click on the map, check out how lanes are doing. That way we have some kind of knowledge of how the game is progressing and what we need to do to make the next decision. So while I'm split pushing, so let me go forward in this game a little bit more. Alright, so I'm splitting bot, right? While I'm splitting bot, I'm not only taking a look at my minimap to see when rotations are being made, but as you'll notice, like in between waves, I took a quick left click there just to notice what's going on. I saw that they were overcommitting to mid, so I knew that I could continue split pushing. So I see 3 people on the map, and Cled's here. So I know I can beat Cled 1v1, so I keep pressuring into him. And I go for the kill. You guys notice how my screen is giving me perfect vision? And I saw the Karthus going over, so I denied giving him the assist and giving the kill only to Cled. Let's take a look, see if we have another example of a dive. Alright, let's go back here a little bit. So 43-15. So this is another split push example. This is me split pushing bottom. I'm taking a look at my minimap, see where enemy people are. So I believe I saw all 4 on the top side of the map. So bottom side of the map, I'm free to trade as much as possible. In between waves, I am taking jungle camps. I will go over all of that in the complete guide to split pushing, which I'll cover in this in this video in the advanced guide to Tryndamere. This whole time, I'm keeping tabs on where the laners are, so I saw 3 there. So that's why I didn't overcommit to the Qued, since I didn't know where Karthus was. And I believe I talked about it in the VOD of this game. You notice how efficient I am with taking the camps? Every time I see people on the map, usually I take a quick peek over there. I left click on the map, see what's going on. Look at pertinent information. And I choose back here because I have a pretty good power spike. I can get recurve bow and pickaxe if I want. Okay, looks like I decided to stay. Maybe I wanted a little bit extra gold. Oh no, what I noticed was dragon was coming up as a mountain. So I need to, even though I have a lot of gold, I want to keep pressure. Because, oh, it's a fire dragon actually. So I wanted to keep pressure for the fire dragon. So instead of backing there, I saw fire dragon was coming up. I wanted to make a play for it. So instead of backing, I stuck around. In this particular spot, I believe, yeah, Rolling Soul goes down for the Nocturnal. And I don't want to overcommit to a fight just because, like, they got a free pick. But here is a big moment. So, you notice how on the minimap I see Ezreal and Karthus right here? And I see Nocturne and Kled going for this Fire Dragon. Because I'm paying attention to how, like, where people are in the minimap, I noticed that it's just Kled and Nocturne dueling the Fire Dragon, while the other 3 are mid lane. Because I know this, I know I can go for the 1v2 on them here. So that's why it's very important to absorb every single piece of information. That way you can make the best decisions. And basically this play won us the game. We already had a pretty solid advantage, but me getting a double kill, getting the Fire Drake, and being able to split bottom after that with like a monumental advantage because I'm just getting so much more fed. You know, those kind of decisions are ones that like help you close out games. And I saw a mistake in the enemy's communication in terms of like what their focus was. They should have all 5-manned the objective after they got the pick, but instead they kind of split their resources, and I took advantage of that. And notice the whole time that, you know, I'm keeping my character towards the center of my screen, except when I'm left clicking to absorb information elsewhere on the map. So it's just a few examples. But let me get all this Twitch VOD. So, oh, I'm the main map. Give us the map. Oh, sorry guys. Alright, that was my mistake. I should have moved my webcam. Sorry about that. Well, anyways, you guys know what I mean. I was taking a look at a replay of you guys couldn't see it, but here, you know what? I can redo that part if you guys want. But essentially, I was looking at my minimap, just like take my word for it. Yeah, I'm just gonna have you guys take my word for it. I kind of don't want to redo it. The main focus there was mouse control, screen control, and knowing that I'm looking at the minimap and I'm left clicking on my minimap to take a look at certain spots on the map. So yeah. So I think you guys, for the most part, can understand it. Sorry about that. But let's move on to the next part of the guide. Alright, so we talked about mouse control. We took around looking around the map effectively. We took a look at screen control as well. So now, let's talk about the complete guide to split pushing. If you guys are watching as a Twitch viewer, if you have missed any of my other guides, the beginner's guide to Tryndamere or my intermediate guide to Tryndamere, go ahead and check those out. You can go to my VODs, check those out right now, or if you are if you're on YouTube right now, you can go to the previous videos. What I have covered so far in my advanced guide is a couple advanced tips, including the auto attack trick plus the W flash trick, practice for good mouse control, screen control, and looking around the map effectively. I took an example of my stream when I was doing it. Now we are heading into the complete guide to split pushing. This is the most important part of the guide. So make sure you stick around.
You never stood a chance.